today's agenda, we'll look at introduction to IDP, what are the benefits, what are the limitations of IDP, and we'll explore some IDP use. We'll have a demo at the end. There will be a Q&A session as well. And at the end, there will be some time allocated to networking. So coming on to IDP, right? What is IDP? So you have IDP is like an intelligent document processing tool provided by used to extract data out of documents, pictures, image, structured data, and then, basically it has like advanced AI algorithms that MuleSoft uses, like Einstein AI works in the back, used to get insights from the data, and for every process documents, as we know, AI is a learning model. It's an LLM. So each process document, it shows a confidence score. So let's say a question like, hey, what is the total amount in the invoice? And the Einstein AI, which extracts that information, it tells us like that AI is, let's say, 70% sure the given answer is correct according to him. If a certain value is lower than a threshold, of course, it's configurable. We have a review option so that a human can come into picture and basically verify the extracted document, or the are up to the mark and correct according to. Here are some benefits of IDP. Before this, like we used to use regex, or any like formulas to extract data, text, or CSV files. Uh, IDP has like algorithms at the backend, so it is able to extract. It delivers, like it can be integrated and streamlined within other integrations such as MuleSoft flows, or and the third most important advantage is to like have that AI capability, like having documents. So that so that like will have different formats. So those formats will be used in under one API. So you don't have to configure like different set of code to extract document from each different format. So let's say, for example, you have invoice from 10 different vendors, right? And you want to extract what is the invoice, or what is the vendor name. Now will have different invoices. You can still have one that works for all those 10 invoices. Yeah. So here are like few of the advantages: maximize efficiency, minimizes cost. So bring AP with a human reading, extracting out data and then entering that data into some system. So if you have IDP, it maximizes efficiency, minimizes the cost, and it has that automation capabilities. It has API access, so that process can be automated. You can have that extracted data sent to downstream system for a fully streamlined workflow. And at the end, you have accelerated time to market. So there are like few configured pre-trained models that are currently available in IDP, such as invoices, purchase orders, and at the end there is generic. And you can configure and basically lower your time to market, can accelerate it, and you can go live with the code in a short period of time. So here is how you can start your journey with IDP. So the first thing is to configure, is to publish your IDP, and at the end, I'll walk you through this in the demo part as well, like how to configure IDP, how to publish it, and at the end, how you can access IDP and automate it. Yeah. So how to configure a document, right? So first of all, you need to have IDP license in your form. So that will be available from your MuleSoft account executives or your MuleSoft partners. So if you don't have, you need to check with your MuleSoft account executives. They will, add that license to your Anypoint platform. Once you have access, you'll see intelligent document processing as an additional dialog box available in your Anypoint. You can create, save new document actions using pre-built templates, and you can adjust the confidence threshold. You can mark fields as required, and you can also add, for a human review. So that is available. And then once you finish that to Anypoint Exchange and RP, call it from like MuleSoft or MuleSoft Anypoint or RPA code, you can call the IDP APIs using RPA. Yeah. Just connector is also available to get actions. So two sets of are available. So one is post action, wherein you'll post the document along with like the number of documents to the pre-built connector that is, and you have the callback action has been processed. So it's an asynchronized activity. So once you publish your document, you'll have to wait for time to process it, or if the confidence then a certain percentage. At that point of time, you'll see that it's still in review, manual review state. So once a human logs into your Anypoint platform and reviews it, a success action. You need a few permissions as well to have this manual review. So you need to provide like all the within IDP section of your uh, organization access management. So once you do that, and let's say in a business process, you have some managers, you can, there are some I mean, the NLP is not confident that a certain value that they have extracted is, let's say, below a certain level, right? So at that point of time, managers save and complete the transaction. Here are a few of the limitations. PDF, PNG, and JPG formats are supported, and 150 DPI or dots per inch uh, is recommended. File size limits, if you are uploading it via 8 MB and 10 files max. If you're doing it via API, it's 10 MB, and there is no limit on the number of files per upload. Prompt limit, it's 30 per document action. So let's you are configuring an invoice processing configuration or have a limit of maximum 30 prompts per configuration. On the polling, it's a 10-second interval for it that applications must avoid polling for results, for retrieving results. So anything below 10 seconds issues, or the corrector might start rejecting the request. So the 10-second interval is recommended. Supported fully English support available, and as per official might add support for other languages. Yeah. So here are a
Ashish,
few of the yeah.
yeah. So there is one question, okay? So from Kishore, a document once reviewed
Haha.
manually, okay, will continue to use the same review for similar documents going forward, or does it ask for review every time?
So IDP does not, as per the license that we have. So IDP does not store any values. Like it is not learning from the previous transactions. Okay, as of now. So let's say if you are sending 10 files and if your score was below 6, next transaction, if you send the same file, it will still go to review. Uh, there is a consent from the business part as well, right? That they don't want their data to be used to LM. So that thing is being handled in this way. So let's say in the next version, yes, like if the Einstein get handled, but as of now, every time you send a document and then it has a certain confidence, we send for a manual review.
Yeah, we are good, Ashish.
Okay, okay, great. So here are a few IDP use cases. The first one is insurance claim processing, automating, extracting, validating submission of instrument diverse document formats. So let's say you are receiving IDP for data extraction and then sending it to a target system. The manual errors and processing times and faster clear is supply chain management, extracting, processing, shipping, manifest, purchase orders and invoices. Thing that comes to my mind, the talent acquisition that happens in a company. So that can be a use case for IDP to extract, a candidate's experience, number of years, what skill set a candidate has. So we are dealing with multiple resumes, but you can have prompts prepared that will work for all different kinds of resumes. Here is a pictorial representation of a use case. So you have email, you need to download uh, POs or invoices. This can RPA. Then you can submit those attachments to IDP's doc and extract information using Einstein AI. If it will be sent for annual review, and then once approved, it will be pushed to the database. And if the mark, then the data will be directly entered into a database. This is just a small use case flowchart. So we'll look at the demo overview. So you can get access to IDP by logging into Anypoint platform. Have to create a document action. Then you'll vote, and the last step is to automate it. Demo. Before demo, are there any other questions?
No, Ashish, we are good.
Okay.
Guys, if you have any questions, please post in the chat section.
Yeah. Okay, so once you log into Anypoint platform, this is my organization network, so I don't have access to access management. Otherwise, I could have shown you what all permissions you need to access IDP. But there are like mules. I can share MuleSoft documentation links that you can use. So once IDP is enabled for your organization, you'll see intelligent document processing available. You can click on Get Started. And okay, I'll just stay logged in. You can see there are different document actions available. So I'll click on just create new. So as of now, invoice, purchase order, and generic. So these three are the document actions that are available. MuleSoft will add like few other document actions as and when those LLMs are configured. So that you can have like bank checks, for example. You can have something as resumes or any other standard formats that are widely used. Right now it's invoice and purchase orders, but if you have some insurance forms, for example K12 forms, you have you'll get those documents actions in near future. So I'll go with invoice. Like these are the out of box fields that are available. That IDP will give me as an output. So I'll just create a new invoice, Coimbatore meetup, and I'll create it. Yeah. So once you create it, so this is your IDP window. You can see the limitations or the configurations that is required. You can select a file. So let's say if I select a sample invoice, right? So this is just a sample invoice, and then these are the output fields that I'll get as part of the out of box configuration that is available by Mule, available for invoice document action. And then at the end you have Einstein prompts. Okay, so before that I need to add some reviewers. So add myself for now, and I'll save this. Okay, now let's say if you want to extract information from this document that is not available in this field, you can just create a prompt, right? For example, this is amount, which is the prompt name, and I'll just ask a simple question such as what is the total amount. Okay, and if it's a required field, and what is the confidence threshold that is acceptable. You can reduce it, you can increase it, and I'll add it. Okay, so right now we have one prompt, what is the total amount. And if you want to test this configuration, I'll just save it. I haven't published it yet. I'll just run this. Okay, So right now it's extracting documents from extracting data from this document, and it will be made available as fields, tables, and prompts. So if you look at fields, signatures, tags, these are not available. So that hasn't been extracted by IDP. But you can see other fields, like parties, buyer address, or zip code. These are extracted and added to their respective field names. You can also see tables. If I click on this, it will just show me like the entire table that has been extracted. And it is also showing the confidence level next to a particular value. And at the end, you can see the confidence is 85%, which is above our threshold, and it has extracted the total from this document. Now this is just an extraction, right? If you need something more intelligent, so I'll just ask a question, affordability. Now I'll ask a question such as, if I have $1,000, will I be able to afford the items in the invoice? So this is a complex prompt. I'll just add it over here and I'll run it. Now in this case, you'll get two different values. One is from the NLP, which is just the extraction of the document, and another one is from the Einstein AI. So you can see the confidence is 85%. This value is not being found, but if you click here, from Einstein, you're getting the correct value, right? So you have two values. One is IDP NLP, which is nothing but the document extraction. And then once the data is extracted, it will be sent to Einstein AI, and Einstein AI will apply its intelligence and it will give me the output. So I have an option to select which value is suitable for me, and I can, basically save this configuration. So the next time I'm running this, it will use Einstein to extract this value. So now if I run this, so it has given me a confidence score of 90.26%. Before we move on to the publish stage, are there any other questions? And I can add like multiple files over here. So at a time, 10, I think it's a purchase order, but let me select another invoice. Yeah, this is another invoice, sample invoice, and I'll run it. Yeah, so it has given me the total amount, and this Einstein prompt is also being handled in this case. Okay, so once you have your configuration ready, you can publish your IDP configuration. So I'll have to click on publish, and this will get published as an Anypoint Exchange asset. Yeah. So I can view this published action in Anypoint Exchange. So I can see the endpoints, and then there are two operations available. One is post document action and one is get document action. So we looked at the configuration. So this was the configuration that we did. The second thing was the publishing part. So now we have published it as an exchange asset. And now we'll have the automation, like how to call this API using Postman. Any questions before we move on to the automate part?
No, Ashish, we are good.
Okay, okay, great.
Yeah.
So for that, you need to create a connected app. Again, I don't have access to access management of my organization, so I do have the connected app credentials. But you can basically add your connected app client ID, client secret, and you can request for the client credentials. So this is a service that is made available, mocking service. But then you can use this. You can copy this URL and you can post a file. I'll just paste it over here. Yeah. And you can, first of all, you need to get those client credentials, which is a bearer token. Once you have it, and I've added the sample invoice file as a body. It goes as multi-part form data and this request. Okay, so once I have this request, I'll get an execution ID. So this ID has to be used to hit another request, which is get request, get details. And in that, it goes as a URI parameter. Paste this ID, and I'll also paste the bearer token. Okay, so you can see now the status is succeeded. You'll get the out of box extracted values in a JSON format. You'll also get the tables, and at the end you get prompts. Like one is the source is document, and you'll have the total amount. Second is affordability. If I have $1,000, will to afford all the items. The source in this case is LLM, so which is coming from Einstein, and the answer is no. So this is how you'll get it. Again, if I reduce the confidence score, this will go into a manual review. So instead of the status succeeded, manual review pending or in review stage. And when one logs in to IDP, you'll see review tasks. So you'll get like what are the review tasks pending for me, and then I'll have to edit it and then submit. Click on submit and done. So once this is done, and if I hit this get request again, it will show me the status as succeeded. So how do we debug errors that occur during data extraction? Okay, so errors as in like you can have low confidence score based on the document, or let's say some Einstein prompt is not working for a document. So that's where you need to, uh, edit this UI, play with your prompts, like make them more accurate. You'll have to tell exactly what do you want from IDP, and then you'll have to play around with this prompts, and then you can save this configuration, publish it again. The asset version will get increased like 1.1.0, and then you'll have to use it directly. But there are no logs available, Sirisha. So no logs, nothing is available as of now for IDP. Okay. I'll also show you an example of a complex prompt for, let's go back to document action. This was meetup invoice that I created long back. Uh, yeah. So I'll just select a file. Let's select the same invoice. And if you look at my prompts, right, first one is, will I be able to afford items? Second is, what is total amount? Third one is, give me a summary of the document in Spanish. So it can be translation. Fourth is, what is the total quantity of items? Now, if you look at quantity, it's almost like 5,025,021. And here is a JSON output. So even though we looked at IDP having a limitation of 30 prompts over here, I think 30 prompt is the limit, right? You can extract multiple values if you. So in this case, extract the following, right? Invoice number, order date, customer name, total amount, table line items, SKUs, quantities, and return the response in JSON format. And I have just given a sample JSON format to Einstein AI. So in this case, instead of having a single prompt for each and every line item, I'm extracting a bunch of different things in a single prompt. So that's how you can optimize your prompts. And now if I run this, you see, IDP is intelligent enough to provide me the output in JSON. Okay. So now, Einstein AI, this was our previous question. The answer is no. It has given me the total amount. It has translated the document in Spanish, even though we looked at, like there is full English support, additional languages are not supported, but it can translate the output, in other languages. And those, I think, from my experience, are the ones. So Chinese, or the non English character languages are mostly not supported as of now. Now if you look at the total quantity of items, if I look at IDP NLP, output, it's not found, but using Einstein AI, it was able to sum these quantities. Okay. And at the end, it has given me output in JSON format, which is invoice number, customer name, all the SKUs, quantities, so that I can directly use this JSON format and get output in a single prompt. And similarly, I can publish it, I can invoke it using Postman, I can invoke it using Anypoint and RPA as well. Okay, there is a question. Can we update the invoice details posting new data from prompt or through Postman? No, we cannot update this invoice, or let's say a prompt. Let's say you'll only get output related to this particular document. So from Postman, when this was in beta stage, it was available, but right now it's not available. You cannot have a new prompt from Postman as of now. You need to configure these prompts, publish it as an asset, and then you'll only have ability to post a document and get the output using Postman.
Murli, maybe that use case you can improvise. For example, extract the data, okay, have the prompt output, and you can generate a new PDF out of it. You can apply your schema and generate new PDF. That could be one option for workaround for your question or use case,
Yeah.
right, Ashish?
Yeah. And then even if you are sending it to a third party system, so you'll have some data extracted from this prompt. And then other data you can, add it from MuleSoft or, any other tool and enter it into, let's say, an target system, for example, Salesforce, right? You can enter your own data as well. So you need, so this IDP is just, posting documents, images, and extracting data related to it. You cannot uh, create a new PDF using IDP.
Yeah, data enrichment we can use. That facility is already there in the MuleSoft, right? So
Right, right. Okay, IDP will be enabled after procurement. Yes, you need to check with your MuleSoft license team. They'll enable it in your Anypoint platform. Okay, there is another example of generic document action that I had created. So I'll just select a sample resume, which is a generic document. Just give me a minute. Hey, sorry, someone was at my door. So this is an example of a generic document action. So in this case, I have uploaded a sample resume of John Smith. Now, if you look at this resume, in this resume, he has childcare, adult care experience, and John Smith has given his employee history, like which is from 1996 to 2002. Now, few questions, that I have asked in terms of adult care is like, does the person have experience taking care of a 28-year-old? Now, IDP should be intelligent enough to identify that 28-year-old is an adult. Now, the second thing is experience. How many years of experience does the candidate have? Now, if you look at this resume, there is a error that John Smith has made. First one is, like he has written 4 years experience in early childhood. So over here in the document it shows 4 years, but then if you look at the employment history, it's from 1996 to 2002, which is 6 years. Now if I run this, we'll just look at the output. Now, the first one is, does the person have experience? From Einstein, it's coming as yes. From IDP NLP, it's not found, right? The second one is, how many years of experience does the candidate have? In this case, like both of them have given me output as 4 years because it's directly coming from, this extraction, this part of the document. But if I ask an intelligent enough prompt, right? So according to the employment history, how many years of experience does the employee have? So in this case, IDP NLP is just showing me some garbage value, but Einstein is intelligent enough to, calculate uh, the employment start, which is 1996 till 2002. So this is another example of how you can use the generic document action and Einstein AI to get data out of it, get data out of you know some generic documents, or let's say in this case it's non-standard resumes that a company or an organization might receive. So you can utilize IDP and automate your ATS, or let's say applicant tracking, applicant data extraction. So I think we are almost to the end of the demo. Do we have any trial version? So this was available as a pilot program, IDP, but now I think we need to check. You need to check with your MuleSoft E for a trial version. Right now, it's a GA. It's available for all. You need to have IDP license enabled for your organization.